Boom.
Let's get mild. Let's get mild.
Oh.
Let's get mild. Let's get mild.
Oh. Oh, God, I love it. I love that.
Welcome back, Super Beer Bros. We got Bone Cocoa on the deck.
Think I'm gonna take some of this French fried cocoa bones home with me?
And the French fried cocoa bones.
She in the bone zone. She ain't got no skin or muscles.
I don't know how she be moving.
How does she be ambulatory?
I can see how she's standing. I don't know how she's moving.
How does she do that?
I don't know how she's moving. Welcome to 20 minutes of this. Untitled Sling Blade. Untitled Sling Blade bit is the name of this episode. Let's get wild.
That's just Popeye.
Wow!
Let's get wild. Let's get wild.
Oh, wow.
It's so fucking insane that they made Robin Williams Popeye.
I don't know, man. I think it's pretty good casting.
It is like actually amazing in the movie. I will give it that. But whoever was like, how about Robin Williams? I'm like, whoa, what?
Wow!
I'm like, wow.
I'm like the fucking announcer from Bop It.
Ow! Ah, your family hates you. Why don't you try again?
He said, huh? What?
You should be ashamed of yourself. Give it another shot.
I don't...
Bop it.
Do you want me to pull it or...
Twist it.
Oh, okay.
Ow! Oh no, your grandma's not gonna send you any money this year. Bop it.
What?
Ow!
If you can't play with your Bop It responsibly, we'll just take it back to the store.
Every time you
I
ask,
swear they told me.
if you ask the Bop It an uncomfortable question, he just gets quiet and then he does his little "you messed up" sound again.
Ow. Bop It, will I ever find someone to love me?
Ah! Do the same, but better. Ready? Bop it.
Hey, not bad. I remember my first time playing Bop It.
The Bop It announcer remembering his first time playing Bop It.
He says that though. Like Lisa, whenever she goes home to like her mom's house, she brings out this Bop It that she used to have as a kid.
Yeah. The stick or the circle?
Not the Bop It Extreme,
Uh-huh.
but just straight up Bop It.
Yeah.
And she like beats it.
She beats it.
Yeah, it's only to 100.
She finishes it. Okay.
Yeah. She fucking hits it so
I
hard.
don't know. I don't know what
hates that
story. I don't know
bopper.
what story you're about to tell me.
And yeah, like this, that was almost really bad. And this past time, why did I do that? This past time, yeah, like she fucked up one time and he said that. He was like, I remember my first time, don't give up.
Dude, what does that mean for the lore of Bop It? Like, was there some stick game from the colonial days, like the hoop and ball?
Yeah, if you get good enough at Bop It, you become
They
the
call
Bop
you
It.
up like the last Starfighter.
Right.
Wow, there's some crazy aliens out there.
I saved my world playing Bop it.
And now you gotta do the same for your own.
Oh no, the mobsters are here.
There's only 3 controls. Bop It to release photons. Pull it to do phasers.
Twist it. There's a monster who needs to get off.
Yeah,
He'll save you if you turn him out.
he's very powerful, but he requires a
He's
lot of
such a
service.
horn dog. He's gross. I'm so sorry. He's our only hope. He's the only thing we know about.
We sound like watching Ward right now.
Did you tell him about the monster? Oh my God, shut up about the monster.
Oh my God.
The fucking stupidest voices.
He said, my God, how many Yaz albums do you have on this thing?
Oh my God.
That's such a like fucking Venture Bros like read.
Oh my God.
It's like the same exact like inflection as, wow, that sucked.
Oh, that's the fucking first episode. Whoa,
Dude,
whoa.
it's one of the best pilots ever made.
The Dia de los Muertos.
The fucking dude that he like throws his shirt on and the guy like sniffs it as he leaves.
He said, oh shit. God damn. He said, espera. Take me with you.
Take me with you.
Take me with you. Sorry.
He goes,
Oh.
he goes, he goes like,
Brock Simpson. Speedy, yeah.
Dr. Venture's like, anyway, the Bigfoot's not real. Or no, it's the Chupacabra. It's not real or something.
Wear a dial.
That motherfucker's moving fast.
The platform?
Yeah. Whoever fucking little henchmen are back there doing this shit, they're working.
Ow! That platform's way too fast.
Ah, I remember my first time jumping. I remember when I was the bones of Coco the Bandicoot.
Yeah, that bandicoot needs some skin on her.
How come she can't move?
Oh, I mean, she can move, but
I mean, how come she can't not move? How come she can move?
that don't make no physiological sense.
How come she can move?
That don't work with the way physics operate.
Why don't she let go of that iPad? She don't need that. It's dangerous.
Part of a generation raised on technology. These children don't understand what it means to be a child.
Deliverance 4 out of time.
Now we're in Deliverance.
These kids, they got helicopter parents.
Put on no mask and put on the mask.
Oh, he's one of those?
What do you mean he's one of those?
Like, does Carl, would he be an anti-vaxxer?
Oh, he's like anti like all kinds of masks. I was talking about
Oh, you're talking about like the Aku Aku.
I was talking about Aku Aku, but like I guess Aku Aku would probably prevent the spread of COVID-19 as well.
Oh, he better. Then again, he is pretty far away from her face, you know?
Yeah, but he lets you get one hit.
So you could like take one dose of COVID, be
And
fine.
Aku Aku will be like,
You'd be like, oh!
he'll be like, he'll inhale that shit.
Aku, but then he would have to disappear,
No,
right?
no, it doesn't show symptoms for like 3 days.
But then he would disappear, right?
Yeah, then he
'Cause,
would
like,
go, oh.
And then he'd be like, oh shit, I guess I would have had COVID. Crazy.
That's how he talks. Oh shit.
Oh! He talks like Santa in the original Miracle on 34th Street. He pulls his beard. Oh! That's right. You want some more really relevant references? Did I say that right?
Relevant?
Relevant references?
Doesn't like Mara Wilson have a 34th Street? Or somebody like that?
Yeah. That's the one that I quote unquote grew up with.
But not the... No, but the old one is the one. That's the OG one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the one that I remember when I was a kid. And I don't think I've ever seen either of those movies, just to
Is
let
it
you know.
Richard Attenborough?
Yes. He spared no expense. I don't think I've ever seen... Oh shit, there's a box there. Did you notice that box right there?
I didn't see it till you went up. Good eye.
Good eye.
Good eye, mate.
Is he saying hello or is he congratulating how observant you are? You be the
I
judge.
don't know. He's a bandicoot.
Good eye.
Where are bandicoots from? Australia?
I believe so. Whoa, mama. I'm clean. That's right.
Oh,
This motherfucker.
you just get et?
Oh yeah, it's happened before. Let's get wild.
What does he eat? if
Let's
you just
get
bones?
loyal.
Let's drink oil.
Let's drink oil. Fucking instant Chekhov and shit.
Captain.
I've been watching classic Trek lately for the first time.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
It's cool to see. It's cool to see certain things for the first time, like Chekhov, who's 22 years old canonically when like he first shows up. It's very cute.
My question is like, who are you reacting to the most? Like, who do you love? Bones?
Who do you love? I think
Spock?
Bones' character is funny. Well, what is?
The idea of having like a tired, angry guy
Yeah.
as your best friend on a spaceship is very funny.
I feel like Bones is the Worf of the original series in that
Different
Worf-
angle on Worf, yeah.
Well, Worf is constantly getting shot down, right? Like, shut up, Worf.
No.
Well, you don't say shut up, Worf, but you know, like Worf is like, I think we should shoot them. And Captain's like, no.
Yeah.
However, Bones is always the skeptic, and he's like, that's impossible, Jeb. And Spock's like, improbable, but not impossible. And then, of course, whatever Bones says is impossible ends up happening. I think it's a funny role for him to play, you know?
Like the Kel.
I'm sorry?
The Kel of Starfleet.
As in Keenan and?
As in, here goes.
I guess that'd be more like Keenan, right? Because Keenan was the one that was the straight man.
Oh, I guess I was thinking of Kirk.
Oh, sure. Yeah, if anyone's the Kel, I guess it's
Gotta be Kirk. Well,
a combination, kind of.
who's always getting him into trouble?
That's the thing.
It's actually just, Kel is just Kirk's dick.
for real. Or it's like, and his sense of adventure.
Yeah.
Might be the same thing.
That's the same.
Got it.
He is driven by the possibility that he might get to have sex with somebody in almost every action he takes on board the Enterprise.
I've only just started season 2. He's not that much of a sex pest yet.
That's over halfway through the show.
That's not true.
Or you're almost halfway through the show.
That's not true. Because, well, at least the way it's...
Is there
Paramount
3 or 4 seasons?
3, but I've just, literally just started, so I'm almost halfway there. But he's not that much of a sex pest. It's only happened once or twice where it's like, why are you hitting on this young woman? Stop it, you know?
Yeah.
It's all good. I saw the episode that I really enjoyed called Amok Time, which was the introduction of the concept of Pon farr.
Oh, dude. That's
Pon
a
farr?
classic. Yeah. That's the like...
Fucking bim, 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 bim.
It's like the original version of the like Worf episode that's kind of similar.
Is there a Worf episode that's similar?
Isn't there like a mating, like Worf needs to like fight someone with a Klingon knife episode?
Yeah, but I think him mating and him needing to fight somebody are pretty different episodes.
Oh, really?
I do remember the one. I do remember. No. I think you're right.
It's another one of
Homegirl.
it's another one of those episodes like the Tribbles or something that's like a type of episode that became like a type of
trope.
Star Trek episode. But the Pon farr one is like, God, it's like the set is so like a parody of sci-fi TV show sets.
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing Nimoy get to do the opposite of what he usually does, which is usually be like, I am emotionless.
Yeah.
And this one's like, fuck you, buddy. I need to fuck. I need to go marry this girl.
If you want a great Nimoy, you got to watch his Columbo.
Huh.
Because Columbo's great because every guest star is like slowly getting mad at Columbo.
It's true.
So it's like a fun. The Janet Leigh one's also really
I
good.
just thought I'd stop by. Check it. Did I forget my notebooks here?
Did you see that Shawn did a Columbo Garfield today? And not only did Ryan Johnson do a Columbo bit underneath it, but Natasha Lyonne was the one who retweeted it.
Really?
Yeah.
Garflumbo?
Garflumbo.
Good for him.
Isn't that funny? And he's like, it's something that I did in 20 minutes. And I'm like, bro, that doesn't matter. You're like good at drawing.
Just one more thing. And then I'll get out of your lasagna.
Then I'll get out of your lasagna.
I saw a funny clip online of Columbo. It said Nega Columbo.
Oh.
Did you see Nega Columbo?
Naked Columbo? What do you say?
Nega. N-E-G-A.
Oh, no.
And it was like
Like the opposite of Columbo?
yeah, it was like a picture of Columbo with warped voice sounds, and the picture was like what's it called? Like not overexposed, but like the negative colors.
Yeah.
And he said, no more things. I'm gonna get into your hair. Like they warped his voice to say that.
Like AI changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more things. I'm gonna get into your hair.
I'm going to get into it.
I'm gonna get into your hair.
Oh, my husband loves this. My
Yeah.
husband
My husband
hates
this. Fuck. I keep hitting that pillar up there.
Everybody
okay.
thinks Columbo's from New York because it's Peter Falk, but it's actually set in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's real.
That's why it's my favorite. It lets me pretend like I lived in the good Los Angeles of the 70s and 80s and 90s and 2000s.
And then it got bad after the 2000s.
After Swordfish hit downtown LA,
Nothing was ever the same.
After they lifted that bus out with that helicopter
They were like, no more fun in LA.
in the documentary Swordfish.
Bip, 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 bip. Sorry.
Little Pon farr.
Pon farr is just puberty for us.
I mean, if that's what puberty was for us, I feel like it would be like better.
Fuck.
Because it's like Rumspringa puberty,
I'm sorry?
right?
Sorry?
Rumspringa?
What's that?
That's like the Amish.
Oh, like the Horga and Midsommar, like they go off for
Yes.
a while? I understand. Yeah.
That's kind of what Pon farr is. It's like, be a little bitch.
I'd say the closest thing to like the average American version of, Rumspringa? Is that what you said?
I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't speak like whatever dialect of like German or Dutch that they speak in Pennsylvania.
I'd say the closest thing we have is if you are a very privileged American youth. After you graduate high school, sometimes these motherfuckers take, what do they call, like a break year or some
Sabbatical?
shit?
like a leap, like a
gap year.
yeah, gap year.
I'd say that's the closest thing.
It's similar. Like my mom did something like that where she was just like a high achievement student, so she graduated high school when she was like 16 and a half or something like that.
Huh.
So before she went to college, she just like backpacked through Europe on like $1 a day.
She stayed at a lot of hostels, met a lot of dudes and gals, did a lot of drugs, kind of ruined her life.
Yeah, she's still there now.
Oh, God rest her soul.
I got adopted.
I'm the greatest. Oh, I'm actually really glad I went up here.
I'm not adopted. I'm sorry.
You gotta apologize just in case.
I'm cutting that out.
Just in case my mom's
They'll
watching.
think you're adopted. I'm cutting
How
that.
could you say that?
I'm not adopted. I'm sorry.
And who's that man? Why did he say that I did all those drugs?
Who's that man?
I've never met your mom. Oh, fuck me. I was right. I was right. Oh, that actually saved. All right, bonus.
I want you to meet my mom at least once so you can understand.
So I can spook her once.
No, so you can
Booga, booga,
understand.
booga, booga.
I remember when we were talking in Sekiro about my mom a little bit about like what kind of rules she had around the house of what I could and couldn't watch.
Right.
And I would love for you to meet her.
Sure.
Because you were like, why could you watch like King of the Hill but not The Simpsons
Right,
and
or not the Care Bears. I would love to ask her this question.
Yeah.
And then she would probably be like, "Who are you out of my house?"
No, she'd be like, what do you mean? Look at the shows.
And then I'd be like, "Okay, now I see where
Yeah.
Alex gets it from."
Yeah.
Please explain. Oh.
She was like, I asked her about it one time. She's like, Care Bears were bullshit.
Mom,
They're
that's
like,
not an
nobody,
explanation.
she was like, nobody's that nice. Fuck that.
Wow.
She was like, I don't want you to expect that in the world. She was like, she was like the one who was like, hey, I know you're 4. Santa Claus is not real,
Wow.
but I'm still gonna bring you presents every year.
All right, deal.
Yeah.
I don't think I heard about the Santa. I think I figured it out when I was about 3rd grade. How old is 3rd grade?
8 or 9, yeah.
You think that's early or late? What do you think?
I think it's like accurate about what time you start to like consider that maybe
That the world is bullshit?
that some things that you are told might not be completely correct and that they might just be sort of like games that people play.
I smile
Like,
on your face.
yeah, I'm glad I believed in Santa.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it did hurt when it was like, yo, that's not real.
It's kind of humiliating to think about how long you go about imagining something like that, but it's also kind of like fun. Like it's also
It's so fun.
yeah. Like I don't really
Yeah.
care about it that much. I think it's good to have some stuff like that.
It was a little bit of
Yeah.
magic, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
People should always experience actually like low key. I think the best lesson about Santa is when you find out that it's fake because
True.
then you're like, oh shit, I'm wise now.
I think
I
that
did
sense
not.
of magic, that sense of wonder, can be achieved without lying. I just think it's hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think you can do it. I've seen it happen. It's just rare and difficult. Like, hold on, actually, before I grab that, let me just...
Actually, my mom kind of is the proof of that in a way.
Like, I think what I was saying was, I think all you got to do is just be like, guess what, kid? Turns out there's like the largest animal on Earth isn't even on the Earth, it's in the ocean. You'll blow their fucking minds. You know what I mean? Like, what? You know?
You just mean like the power of science.
Sure, or not even science per se, but like just a sense of discovery and curiosity.
Yeah.
Because like you can get like you don't have to tell a kid like, hey man, there's this magic man who gives you presents in order to instill in them a sense of like excitement or wonder. That's an easy way to do it, but I think there's harder ways that are, you know, rooted in reality.
I used to be way more excited. I mean, I always liked getting presents on Easter because it was
Sure.
like the 90s and I was like middle class.
Sure.
So it was a pretty good day for us, right? But like Easter was to me the funnest because my mom did Easter totally different than anyone that I
Go
knew.
on.
And you know how there's like a common tradition in America at least is to like hunt
For the eggs.
or whatever
Yeah.
on Easter. So my mom would like kind of go a little harder than that and would like write like a little like Da Vinci Code-esque like puzzle quest around the house with like riddles and games.
A scavenger hunt.
Yeah, like, well, not really a scavenger hunt, like one continuous trail of clues, right?
Okay.
And rather than tell me that the Easter Bunny was like real and doing this, she would sign everything Easter Bunny, but she would be like, I don't know. And so like, I'm like, rather than having this sort of weird metaphysical reveal, I just sort of like developed a lifelong enjoyment of like secrets and puzzles and mysteries.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
That's
Ain't
pretty
nothing
good.
wrong with that.
Yeah, and so I think, that's a great way that you can do it and also experience the fun, and also not have to like, totally make up a story.
My mom totally doubled down.
It's just funny because Santa's like,
What do you mean? Like you were like, I don't think there's a Santa. She's like, yes, there is, Ted. I promise.
Yeah. I was like, my parateacher said Santa's
swear.
not real. And
I'm
she's
sorry.
like,
You're who?
parateacher?
Did she like
who?
jump out of a plane or?
3 + 3 is 6.
No, I don't know.
Please copy
She's
the
just,
homework off the board.
What is a parateacher?
it's just like,
Is it just a teacher?
it's just an extra teacher.
An
that
extra teacher?
comes in sometimes.
When? To your house?
No, the classroom.
Is this how we find out that Ted like
Learned?
had extra help? You know?
Okay, I did at
okay.
one point.
Is this
for
real?
Sure. Yeah.
Ted!
I had extra reading help, and then I soared past all the other kids.
Oh, get fucked then, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, who's this parateacher, man? What'd she give you?
So, I don't know. Maybe
She was like, by the way, Santa's not real. This is how you read.
maybe our.
Get your shit straight.
I think she just like specialized in certain things.
What? Crushing kids' dreams?
Yeah.
She's like, hey, you know that wonderful thing you get to experience every year? Fuck that.
She'd like bring in a projector and like just talk about something specific.
I actually like that, but
Still doesn't explain why she like told you that. Why'd she do that?
I think it was just kind of like an off the cuff, like, you know, like telling kids Santa's not real. It's kind of like that. Yeah.
maybe she just detected some emotional maturity in Ted and thought he could take it.
Well,
And
Well,
had
it's
no-
to the whole class.
Oh,
dude, that's so uncool.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
It's I don't know. Like I kind of like agree with my mom. Like I think it's kind of like definitely possible to enjoy it without having to like, because the thing that's weird about Santa, right, is that like Santa's not even like part of the shit. Right? Like Santa's like an extra add-on that just is for like secular people kind of.
I agree with that. I got what I think is fucked up is the fact that you would just drop that. The same way I feel about spoiling a movie. Like there was no reason to do that, and instead it just like made a bunch of people feel bad.
Kids
you
know they're going to go like kids know like when they're seeing a movie, they know they're about to see
Damn.
a movie, but the Santa thing, it's like you're telling them it's real.
I think you're missing my point. There's no reason to like discuss spoilers in a movie in front of people that you don't know if they've seen it or not. There's no reason to, in front of a group of kids, just drop bombs and be like, by the way, there's no like there's no reason to practice sensitivity. You know what I mean?
It's not sensitivity. I'm just saying, like, I think it's kind of weird to like be like, it's real. It's actually real.
I hear what you're saying. So it sounds like we're making two very, very different points. They have nothing to do with each other, which is fine.
well, they do connect. It's just a question of like what your priorities are, I guess, right? Like,
No, you're saying there's better ways to do it than to tell them that magic and Santa Claus is real. I agree to that. And my point is, if you're in a room of kids, you don't know how young they are, what's up with them, maybe just don't bring it the fuck up.
yeah, okay, yeah. From a like kind of like politeness perspective, and kind of just from like a like
Consideration.
yeah. I guess I'm thinking more of like telling my own kids.
Oh yeah, very different. Very different.
But yeah, I wouldn't take the decision away from someone's parents.
Yeah, that's
kind
pretty
of
fucked up.
That's kind of a different thing. But I still, if I'm advising the parents, I think it's better to just kind of make it fun because it's not even really part of the Bible part. I don't know what the ploy is. You're telling people that a Coca-Cola advertising character is real. That's crazy.
Sorry if we spoiled this the whole Santa thing for anybody else out there.
Yeah. My mom was like, yeah, I still believe in them.
No, you know what? My thing is, if your kids are watching Super Beard Bros, like you gotta deal with this.
Thanks for hanging with us though,
We're
y'all.
not talking to a classroom of children and spoiling the secrets. But don't you think that spoiling Santa is kind of like saying that not spoiling Santa is kind of like saying that movies are real more than it's like spoiling a movie?
We can talk about it more later.
Yeah,
We'll
it's all
talk
right.
about
It doesn't matter. Crash Bandicoot continues. Crash got his bones back. Trouble is brewing. See you next time.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.